Hello everyone, you are now tuning in another great episode of Palabra Podcast. Ndawo yokujonga, ukwenza tuhleleju, and we promote talent right here at Zodiac Television. Via Danki.
Hey, Dumelang Sanbonane, it's another day, it's another hour. You know what it is. As always, this is an award-winning podcast. Yes, Palaboro. Ziko is a podcast, but Le is an award-winning podcast. As Palaboro, I'm host, Katara. Namhlanje silana ngizange uzokhipha ama-files as usual because abantu bajwayele ukuthi ngikhipha ama-file. But namhlanje, as you can see, it's a yellow bone. In the haze. Some people, guys, they don't like a celebrity. Some people, they're just born celebrities as they are. You can see, you can tell by how it is. So, okay, this one is just a born celebrity. I don't know about celebrate. My guy,
yeah.
How's it?
Hola. The ring, that's all.
Nigga great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Celebrity money.
So I hardly do this
Yeah.
on the show to say, okay, I am King Qatar, but I'm going to introduce myself to you that I'm King Qatar.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
So
Pleased to meet you.
I see
Pleased to meet you.
You look like a celebrity. You are a celebrity indeed.
I do.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, your Motoro looks like a celebrity. Rabia. How do you describe Motoro? They look like
Okay, if you a celebrity they can just take
then
they will understand it. Okay.
No, fair. Fair. Now the compliment can you accept and
Yeah. So my guy, Monzol.
Yep.
That's your stage name.
Yeah, used to be.
Used to be.
Name. Yeah.
Okay, so there's gonna be a new name that actually we're gonna hear more podcasts.
There's already a new name.
There's already a new name.
I've been using a different name for about 3-4 years now.
3-4 years.
Yeah.
And what's the reason behind the changing of the name?
I don't know. I just let go of Monzol. Like Monzol from home. You know, the person who even gave me the name. France. And like I just felt the time for change. Like I started using a lot of vernac, more music in Waka, like especially more recently. Kind of feel why don't I just change it to something else but to relate? We make music for the Kiani market, the vendor market. So why not go with Dakalo? Because Lina Laga Natao and again Nam vendor first Tatao Nebufumba. So why not just give myself my stage name as my name in Vend?
Yeah.
Tawoki Dakalo, Dakalo Tawo was Vend.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Okay.
So I just went with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So the person who gave you the name Monzolo.
Yeah.
Why is that?
You are a very, very, very close friend of mine.
Yeah.
A very close friend of mine that I went to school with. Like, I just won't disclose the name just for, mutual respect, your familiar and stuff. Marababa Baya, like Baba Nsebang, know exactly who I'm talking about. And, Joe, another man.
Yeah.
Like, he was a friend of mine for over 2 decades. That's like 20 years. So, yeah. I am Twarasha Podai, and every time I had to, carry the name with me, even though, like, I know it would have been a lot of people worry. Why not just do it in the sense out of making him proud or respect, but also Italy the memory So
Yeah,
I just had to But I use both. The thing is, here's the funny thing is that you own both. So it doesn't matter. A lot of people, well, that's the same person.
Yeah.
one day drop a track maybe or produced by Monzol. Dakalo, you know. I just feel like it's flexible. I can still use both of the names.
Yeah. So, but ever since you changed the name, because a lot of people, they say a name carries something.
Yeah.
So immediately people start changing name. There's also a shifting in whatever that they do.
Yeah.
So was there that shifting in you?
Yeah, definitely. I like that's when I started like making more the track cha venek and having a tribalistic approach to music, more infusing the sound cha Limpopo, understand the drums. Or it be relatable, understand? Like it market or zamango breacher before anywhere, and those are the people that carry you to maybe bigger places.
Yeah.
So that was the change in it all, is that now I use more 70% Venek more than I do, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Than I used to, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of Venek, can you please educate but also a lerina? So we strictly don't know what Venek is.
Yeah, agar Venek like shumisha like another language, like your native, your home language.
Okay.
Yeah, vernacular. So you know by or no kerapa kuduka spedi like a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you also rap in Venda since you said
here's the funny thing. I got to let you palaw.
Yeah.
So it's Venda so funny one. Maragia say.
Okay. Since you like the first day.
Hey, na go let you mona maga. Go to my paid.
Okay.
So yeah, dry you betile blind Venda like before umagogo ba hlokofala and stuff. Ke tshela jore hey the holidays ke la tswa di serisha.
Yeah.
So na se tswanyana mara I don't think enough for nka betha verse or
Okay.
ke lahlela mara mo le monya. I do try, like I really do, cuz Venda I do.
Okay. All right. So we just spoke about your music name, but basically we did not touch your upbringing. When we're talking about Monzol as an artist, but personally, Monzolo yeah. Can you please take us through that?
Like I said, like my parents came, but and you know, you're talking about your 80s, I'm sure, because before Nagebeleo. Where Ole Dine Spana, like as a nurse, and then time Leona a pusher. I think by then I was a teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Le Ole Dia Gina agenda, bo nurse, Leonet, and I would teachering. What's sweet corn?
Sweet corn, yes.
Yeah, go let dan ke nele ntlo atlatli. Go let 7, yeah, go let Konengel.
Okay.
7 9 near Blomadalin before Chiftela town. And stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm fit. Tedis Rukna, Chifta Button, Gatsena, Fona Park, primary Fona Park, working stepping stones. Just like any other kid, from there, Fona Park, from there, France, you know.
Yeah.
Mara music, and I started music, where I started taking music seriously was around maybe grade 8, grade 9.
Okay. Talking about taking music serious.
Yeah.
It means there was a time whereby you said you were just doing music for just. But what is the importance that you say now, Kichiru music serious?
Yeah. Like the guys, there were people who were making music, and none I used to visit every day.
Yeah.
Give a check.
Okay.
Like watch them make beats, watch them record and everything. So every day now before I practice, after scale, nera rugby practice or hockey practice. So before that, nera jiga wa otengo baraki kesh ba record, and I always like was interested in the writing part, like negubangwalela some of the songs and stuff, but never the recording.
Yeah.
So at some point, the rintirino dla like a dia better verse like I think that was like early grade 8.
Okay.
It was actually it was a good song. So
it was.
That track that year only the early days of Marula Festival, ke gopola go tle bo Spikos, bo Bravo, Zola. Marula Festival ya khale,
Yeah.
singing. Yeah, no, first I think I was like 13 that time.
13 years.
Yeah. Bumzala ba kra connection ya hore ba tlo performa da. First
Yeah.
ka performa da, ka performa le bona, ka performa trekelo, kra ra mfethu ya chela, and then people when you go to school on Monday, obviously baba bana ba le da.
Yeah.
Ba botsara I'm not dating blind.
Yeah.
Finya ka udie dating.
Yeah.
And that's when I started taking music seriously. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like from me myself. It came more from what I fed from energy about. Or I'm not blind ka dating, tuna dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically it.
So what was the name of the song?
Hey Joe, I don't want to lie to you. I don't even know. I don't even remember that song. I don't even have that song. I
Yeah.
don't know for it. That's but like you're talking about over. Yes, that's what I do. Jambishali the age, man. You're talking about over 20 years ago. Over 20 years. Over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mara NNAC. I wonder if Malakia is it. I would say Nerospanalio Nabaraki Malakia. Negetsanalio Namara, he was like, maybe Uma. 3 grades or dimo banale group umzala like ba rapa ba le 3
Yeah.
and a track like tsa bona studio sa bona so I think one of them might have it marana go for like
You don't remember the song.
You make so many songs and you just keep trying and trying and trying ugcina ukuputya ke batho re mona wa gopola ko shela yeah.
Then you said, okay, now I'm just gonna take this journey like I did personally. Then what like when you're owning your own
great
brand.
I didn't have my own in my late sister
Yeah.
at that time when I had started like I think I'm and then I always wanted a computer. I didn't have a computer at that time, so even if Neginyo got recorder, I couldn't record like go by myself.
Yeah.
Eventually I think it was in the middle of June, grade 9 or if not my birthday, I'm buying a computer.
Okay.
No. Hlagantsha mic, bathuchi mic or when I show performance mic.
Yeah.
Hlagantshitse ka spina ka hlagantsha daideng. I got rabele khona record at sharp. Understand? That's round about the time I started to record like one.
Yeah.
Like root, a little beat, ka FL, one, like through try and error. You know, I didn't get to figure out.
Yeah.
Press until we got it right. Yeah.
I believe there is that song that actually made you popular to say, okay, yeah, Luana, then you felt it, apart from people telling you,
Sure.
my guy, this you can do. That you felt it, I did not die in Kitswir. What is that song?
The bar, what a bang bang.
Bang,
Bang bang. Baba bang, naik ba ucha baraka bang bang. Yeah, so I would have to say Kion. I Leona Valley, yeah. I would have to agree. Nearly game change.
Bang Bang.
Yeah.
So how did the fame and everything took part at that moment? How did that actually make you feel?
Joe. Fame fit.
Because I think by that...
Well, the thing I can tell you is, it's solidify mokasi. Like you know when the people know you're good and they've seen you like perform, Mara at that time that's when a lot of people like even artists were able to say but when push like this is a good song, this is a good video, you did it, like everything you represent akasi like cause directly Nerasabulela earlier ke chaela mfetore Nena supported by like from local and I'm talking about people socially, like it's my brothers, my cousins, my maybe groovung or something and they all showed up and we all had a good time while shooting this thing and Lucas ibabona like babona difahlego tsa bona tsa gore jo una le damano mo video di man ke influencer una le damano mo video ngola o baisha dikipa una le damano mo first. Yeah, so it had a lot of support and it felt big. Mukas,
yeah. And then from where you're coming from to where you are now, what is it or what is that thing that you think or if you were taken back in time to do yourself better or to better the music industry mo Palabur?
Joe, I want to more question. I go kushish mara Well, if I were to go back, ne,
Yeah.
a lot of mistakes, like I would say the mistakes dealing, they revolved around thinking that you have to go outside to make it as an artist. When ne tshwantse o embrace mo gae pele, like before anything, home really does come first, because if ba o feel then most likely ke bona ba tlo go ishang go batho.
Yes.
Understand? If they feel you at home, they support you and everything, they're gonna take you to the world. So those are the kind of the decision dealing in the mix of that that I would change, and I feel like I would have been further, yeah, if I changed some of those things.
Yeah. Okay. Or anybody else? There is that person that actually we are looking up to say, okay, if I can become like this person, I believe there is that person that actually you always envy to be like them. Who is that person back in the days, not currently?
Back in the days.
Yeah.
Most likely, like at a musical level, I would have to say, local or international.
Anyway.
Yes. I would have to say Kanye. I would have to say Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Yeah. Come music. Damo azanga ga inspire ke any artist to turn like Kanye West.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you only love the way he was rapping?
Yeah,
or
the music.
The music.
Nah, the music, the fashion, the production. Oh, that man it's about music. Go blind ka music.
Okay.
Like mudumo no mufada dengi la ora wena. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. So now I can assume to say you are a hip hop artist.
Yeah. If you wanna put it like that,
how do you put it there?
Yeah, hip hop artist. Okay, generally music o mubaya velo, right? O ku tuna ku release ke hip hop. Mara no, I wanna take more of like, how can I say, a quieter direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hip hop. All right. Rap.
Okay, la rap.
Rap.
Yeah. But alisa rappers America.
Yeah, what's one?
Le rappers local.
Yeah.
Okay, so from Kanye West, even today, Kanye West is still the guy that you say, okay, now, yeah, this is the person. Ukuthi ngifuna ukufana naye.
Musically, yes. Obvious. Musically, yes. But I don't want to tabloid. What are fanya na Kanye? Dinalo mesanya.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's why I always put that in a bracket, like musically. Musically, I miss.
Yeah.
Musically, he doesn't miss.
Yeah. So, but what was the motto for you to say, okay, now I want to be a hip hop artist?
Hip hop at that time, even I believe until now, I can't say easy. It's a nice way to put a story together from someone for someone. Like in order for you or paint a picture, like I went through this today or kidrile so. It's a very nice way to express your things you go through on a day to day. That's why I choose it, like hip hop particularly. But music broad. The thing about music is, as long as it's good, you know. Yeah. Obona no ke di piano, ma piano ke le compo ke di genre o ka se di stop e di buy. You know ba ka o blind now.
Yeah. So apart from money, because there is money in music industry, and everybody's looking for money. Apart from artists, we all want money.
Yeah.
But I believe there is a certain message that actually anybody wants to send in whatever that actually they do.
Yeah.
But in your case, what kind of message that actually you are trying to send to the people?
The message about Palawur. The aim is to get Palawur like known out there on that musical level, and in allness, like Limpopo in general, because they were like bana lore chanya no first bana lore chanya it's one bar serious so ba bona batho ba serious and ba thoma ba buy, and that's a good thing. Yeah tshwantse le rena ba rebale, like in that sense or when it comes to everything, when it comes to awards, when it comes to respect, when it comes to and ya diagala ntwe ke ratang kore ya diagala, because you look at Master KG, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at an international artist. You look at Majozi, that's an international artist.
Yeah.
We're talking about King Munada, that's an international artist. Think about music overseas, or viral in some way or some sort of way. So, so if you go back like 10, 20 years later, they wouldn't have guessed that could happen.
Yeah, true.
Especially ka sound already authentic. They didn't have to change or maybe like Motoa Twang or anything or Abe International. All they had to do is talk about home and be like home. So that's amazing. Blinded.
Okay. So, Monzol, allow me to use this name. Okay. Yeah. So, if you were, okay, I would say, which of the Lecompo artists would you book? Pick one now.
Joe, obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious. Share Memphis.
Why share?
Mfethu, Joe, sabutisha. Joe, share Memphis.
Yeah.
He's the one, mfethu.
Okay.
He's the one. He does the story. You know, like how Shevene.
Yeah.
Like I did relaying, I did dirang.
Yeah.
And in that relatable, that's why I'm saying, if it's high.
Okay.
If it's high, so why not?
You would call Share?
When I know to book him.
Mina? Let me check. Look,
Yeah.
I was going to go for Karishma.
Yeah. I know it.
Yeah, so but then the base of my question is now if we were to call a Monzol an event, what kind of event should we book Monzol or what should we expect? I call them artists when we book them. Bazofika laphaya baqule, then people start crying. So on what occasion? Because we don't want to book in an event whereby
no, I'm like just like any other artist, you know what you like, content arena, siela or tlonompicha or is or perform but you know your festivals, your clubs, your events, you know, social events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just there to vibe.
To perform, And no, I'm there to perform and get the people to vibe.
Okay. Let me just try to make because I've asked this question first to say, what kind of message are you trying to send to the people?
A positive one, in fact. A positive one, like I said. Stories are whichever stories are na sa Palabor.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay it down to its most understandable sense. So understand banaba hiba go la so.
Yeah.
Trateng tjamo go dira la so.
Okay.
That's basically what it is.
Let's move away from Palabor, right? Maskhulume in music industry, yes, South Africa.
Sure.
Generalizing all the artists of South Africa. And then Kalefapin la hip hop.
Yeah.
Or give you artist why we're not okay at this one, we are shy in Toyaki. Or you most loved and they're star hip hop.
Like now, ne?
Yeah.
No.
Hip hop.
And a lot of them are good. Yeah.
Okay.
Got hip hop. Yeah, and a lot of them are good. Mara if as Katlaramang fit. Okay. There's 2 recent albums Chedi Chuleng, Cheki de Ratang. Unalia KO, then unalia Mesh Beats. But Mesh Beats is like, it's got a lot of artists on it. So Agareke is more of a producer. Mare blind, in a blind. So if unyaga omu one, nkare KO, because KO has been in the industry for a very long time, and for the numbers did young and the type of music, like he was able to adapt and adjust. So Kushor, I would have to go with KO. KO blind.
Okay.
Blind, yeah.
Okay. So since we're going to choose K-Ezo.
Yeah.
So if you are in a sport whereby you need to pick up to say there is hip hop. Okay, young Biza, and then I heard in your answering when you were saying you wanna switch a little bit into kwaito. your things are flowing in Kwaito, you building your own brand by yourself, and then now, okay, oh yes, and then it's offering you that to say, okay, bruh, I cannot take you in my wings if you're still having this thing. Would you consider going to or would you continue with your own brand?
That's true. No, that's a difficult question because once Mutuare, okay, I like this, but you should have done this, or I would take this out. Obviously, they can say it in a good way, where you get constructive criticism. Maybe when you go to show something or wanna something, so we're now so. But at the same time, when it comes to art, it's one way appreciated the way it is. So you might find that if that person wants to change that thing about you, just go to the next person who might like you like just the way you are, and then we know we'll push out the way. But then there's also the business aspect. You're saying if the person wants to put me under their wing. So I would listen out. Yeah, I'm willing to try something. Okay, the Kwaito side of you know, in this rap more. I'm willing to make a rap album just to try.
Okay.
Mara flexibility on the side, I'll still be making experimental music. I like making experimental the pattern or rather.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if that answers the question. I would be willing to hear him out, or okay, sure, maybe like idea so.
Yeah. Okay. So the industry, music industry as a whole, because we're in South Africa, improve or we are sinking down.
Joe improve man. International. Like I said, we're international now. They found us, bro. They found us. And Reblind got everything. Reblind got Amapiano, Reblind got everything.
So, but
music, but about no Reblind. We gave them Tyler, for heaven's sake.
So, but I heard social rumors to say, okay, Tyler has already signed Illumi what.
I don't know. Fit.
So, but do you think those things do exist?
What, the Illuminati?
Yeah,
Illuminati is real, and they never hate Illuminati. Illuminati, I guess, like, isn't it that the church, like the Vatican Church, it started as a, I don't know, is it a cult? Illuminati is real. But isn't Illuminati more like a white people thing? Like Chela Jori, bonang. Isn't it like a white people thing? Like, like Kara Illuminati.
I get to Abu Jay-Z, Abu Beyonce, those are black people.
But they work, like, how can I put it? They work for the, if ever that's true, you would find that they work for the Illuminati. They don't have a space on a chair on the table. They don't have a seat on the table. The real Illuminati is it's white people.
So, but if you were given that platform to say, bruh, we can make you...
approach about. What do I have to do? What do I have to do?
Okay, we're gonna.
What are the consequences?
Okay, we're gonna come to the consequences. We'll
Joe, no, bruh. I'm not going to bruh. And a lot of those things, like the practice, they just seem evil. You don't want to attract the spirit negative. First and more life in the consequences of it is a lot of loss and perhaps a lonely life or something, or trying to behave a certain kind of way. Trying to be a little control of your decisions, control of your life, control of what you get to do. You know? And once you put yourself in things like that, the way they explain it, blood in, blood out.
So you wouldn't take the deal?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Mara, I would say,
you never know.
Do you know desperation? Like, in fact, we live in a poor country.
Our country is very poor.
Country Italy the meat. Maybe we got a 100 meat. How much? One guy. Problem. I don't get the details.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me give you details. Okay, City.
Joe.
Let me put the 5 million.
5. But a 5 it fella.
You wouldn't take it.
No, bro.
I get you. This is just a startup, but it's more to come.
Yeah, okay. Like I could flip 5. I can use 5 to make more. I could use 5 to make a whole lot more, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my soul 5 mil is too small for my soul.
So if they want you, they just have to come for.
They have to bump their cheese up. They have to. More retire.
Yeah.
If this music shit don't work, I'm retired. I wouldn't do that. I don't think I would do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I would do. I think nkacho.
Yeah.
Cause the logic I'm hoping they explain now, Jono. Cause no cho. Like you talking about blood sacrifices, people's relatives dying, people. Understand? I see on.
But at the end of the day, bruh, we all gonna die regardless. Why don't you take the money?
I can tell you, some things you don't know until they happen.
Yeah.
Never get champagne move by chulla.
Yeah.
By chulla about 50. Maybe some things got change.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, I understand what you say. There is something that actually you touched.
Yeah.
You said you are a Christian and you wouldn't take that.
Yeah.
And I believe there are a lot of musicians out there, more especially the people that actually are in entertainment industry.
Sure.
We think like we are not good candidates to be in the house of God. Hasn't that been part of your case to say, okay, since I do this kind of music, I don't belong there?
No. So it doesn't work like that. You know, God doesn't work like that. If people think God works like that, then they've already failed. You know what I mean? You in the presence of God, in fact, to re-equal.
Okay. All right.
That to me sounds like people's judgments.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a moto atleti tattoo or something, automatically umuchela gara bracket or moto agas hono worship modimo. They seem like some sort of hypocrite. But when you read the Bible itself and who God says He is, then you would know that that's wrong. You can, in fact.
But do you never faced any critics or you don't belong here?
Not. Don't forget, I'm not. How can I put it? I love what I do, ne?
Yeah.
But I'm not where I want to be. I'm still going where I want to be, ne?
Okay.
So I feel like maybe the loche would become more relevant kwa pele.
Okay.
Where I've got maybe perhaps more attention on me. Yeah, but what judgmental. The people I'm around are really solid. Like I have a very small circle about to end. About to war solid. Wakushisha in a sense.
Yeah.
So I haven't been around any kind of person or salam putisha anything or azama judgmental.
Yeah. So let's talk about where you are going. Where are you going, my brother? Where are you going?
Bro, everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Places, dog. Above.
Yeah.
Above. Yeah, I'm fit to Rapusha. We're just gonna keep doing what we do, improve on it where we can. You know, take it to whatever heights we can. More music, more visuals, more. I wanna do more visuals actually, but like cinematic, the short film in a sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I call them. I think that's what I call them, short films. And they would be like Toricha Mukas.
Okay.
Yeah. Toricha Mukas, hopefully, but we'll take note of that. We'll put some attention to that. Remote podcasting.
Yeah.
Album most likely. I'm thinking either end of the month or somewhere in the middle of July at latest.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Next month.
Yes.
Next month. You know what? We're cooking, we're remaking some of the beats. So on a daily basis, busy guy on. It's gonna sound beautiful. It's gonna sound beautiful. Rona le di track ediatla, the feature, things like that. Nice. It's looking nice.
It's looking
the
nice.
The feature's looking nice. I
Yeah.
won't lie.
Yeah.
I won't lie. We just have to do it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you dropped a single?
A single.
Yeah.
Ke dropile single buma. I think the last single I dropped nearly 2-3 months back. Ke feature Chase Tyrant. Yeah. Big Scrimmage. It's a English track though. I get repaga venek. My replied. The reason why ke choose it your Big Scrimmage can we drop is because beat ya on idea ke Jokster, and Jokster is a very close friend of mine. So he and Rumela something. I got to Rumela something kasarata. I'm gonna have to do it because he's my homie and I believe in him. Oh blind man. He's one of the best producers ever.
Yeah.
According to Nna.
Yeah. What is the song about?
It's about a mess. It's about chaos.
Chaos.
It's about chaos. Yeah. It's about chaos. It's like basically what we're saying is ritlodira chaos.
Give us our line. Give us your lines. Give us your lines.
Like the from the song.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you guys have parental advice?
Do what you can.
Podcast I need
the edit.
I need the viewers just under 13.
Just do your thing. Do your thing.
Hey, bro. Do I even remember? Hey, bro, I got a lot of songs. Okay, real niggas never die, we just multiply. End up on the news, see the motion picture televised, only here to analyze. They don't copy, leave your whole frame paralyzed. I'm here to vandalize. Not afraid to die, cause I don't know what's on the other side. Acting foul only get you penalized. Look up in the sky as I strategize. Is this the life that we live in? We'll just leave it there. I know. Piss. Mara, the reason why it's also mostly English is because the track chase and the track chase, it's more performative. Like music in a sense it feels like friendly competition.
Yeah.
So it's one little blind too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of the latest singles that I dropped.
Yeah. So apart from Marula Festival, because you said you performed, where are the other places whereby you performed
times.
recently?
Recently, I haven't been on stage recently. We're trying to fix that.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you need a management, in fact. Maybe you need someone or like some sort of road tour manager, because now after this album, I feel like I want to be back on stage.
Okay.
Because musical our performer. Only musical blind or rowdy, and to the listener it's more in a sense conscious than only musical or performer. Like more the club work performer. So I can't really say I've been on stage recently, but I'm booking of it. Whoever's watching this, book us, bro. Rona catalog, check our catalog, and then book.
Yeah. Okay, you spoke about your album as dropping soon, and then they're gonna be some features, new sound, and everything. So, who's that artist? We must all gouge our eyes out. Say we are ready to see Monzol combining with this artist.
You know, the funny thing is I had to change my album, right? Initially, like the first version of my album, Nenale, Crazy Mac, Inali, this other homie of mine, Obloma China, Waraki Suplot.
China.
Marauja Momzanz.
Oh, okay.
He was Panagada, teacher.
All right.
But he also does music on the side. It's very gigs, and it's very gigs. Gigs from the north, which are Mona Mahale. It's very direct. But now it looks like the version that's going to come out is going to be smaller. I'm taking it from 10 tracks to maybe 5, 6. And it probably direct fell. You know, I was working with a producer, and we fall out nyana, so I can't use the intellectual property. I can't use those beats. I can't use the content or what. So
because there was a fallout between
yeah, there was a fallout between me and the producer, and that now caused me the only thing is that I got the recordings were done by me, and that's my, in a sense, intellectual property, and the music is mine, the message is mine, the idea is mine. So it's a salvage, it's just a way to salvage it and have it drop, you know, because I really want it to come out. I really think it's worth my effort. So yeah. It globally direct fella. So it looks. Unless I get another feature before each.
Yeah.
You never know. What if tomorrow
Yeah.
I'm gonna add someone or something? Yeah. But so far the direct fella.
Okay. So what happened between you and the producer? When's it
Joe, whatever Joe you talk about. It gets tricky when it's like friendship from first time.
Okay.
Family in a sense. So out of respect, out of relationship,
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna
Talk about
put it out there. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just not gonna put it out there. It's a me and him thing. And
So, but basically, I believe Uguti, there is a lesson which
definitely
you learned out of
Yeah.
whatever story that actually you cannot talk to us about
Yeah,
it. So, what sort of advice that can you give? Because this thing, artists and producers, it's like an ongoing thing.
cliche. It's like every other person is
Yeah,
like the same
it's
story.
facing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Like, nka se re situation ya ka e tshwana le ya mang.
Yeah.
Because I get the situation they are fapana.
Yeah, true.
The reasons may differ and stuff like that. But we do what we can. The lesson is to move. I don't regret anything. That's the thing about it. Is that even with the fallout, it's not like real or something. I'm actually with him. I was with him just the other day. I was with him for some days on Goshisha. As my out sharp. Mara no nangas no Spanish music or the content la read because but in terms of we haven't gotten around to perhaps solving our problem. Mara we can sit in a room, we talk, so it's not beef or anything like that. Mara out of respect, so the lesson is just to move like I did. There was nothing wrong with what we did musically or business-wise. The idea was in motion. So, Joe. Dog. Like we carry on. I don't want to lie. Like regardless of anything, you have to move on. You have to move on. What you wanna achieve out of the effort job.
Yeah, true. So, why the risk of hip hop? Because there is certain genre of music that is actually making waves, and then here you are now. You're about to release an album. You still stick with hip hop.
It's more Kwaito, by the way.
Okay, why Kwaito? Because I haven't
It is hip hop, but it is like Kwaito.
Yeah, why Kwaito?
Kwaito blind and Kwaito carry. Like Kwaito comes from South Africa. Kwaito is a South African genre. I think also, if I'm not confused, the other place it could be or from Mozambique. And irrelatable. Like quite relatable. Like when you the beats, the way of the execution, you got to tell Mandos or anything. Never bolela ditori tsa kas, never bolela dilo tsa hore motho wa hore o bloma Tembisa or Majozi wa hore ane selo o khona go shisha o khona relate. So as South Africa, I feel like in a little audience it just needs to be brought back in a really cool fashion. Tshwanetse Kwaito ibe cool gape. Yeah, tshwanetse Kwaito ibe cool gape. Bona ba gona ba buy. Like you look at this, an example I can give you is your Questa. First time motho sound ya ga ina le influence ya Kwaito e buy. But it's hip hop, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Relatable.
Yeah. So, but I have to challenge. I have to challenge you a bit to say you spoke about back in the days whereby women were trying to give us that message. I believe back in the days and now time has changed to say, okay, we were not really, we were not able to access what's happening in the other world. Understand? But now we do. So do you think I'm at 2K now are ready to say, okay, we want to hear these stories? So like if you want to hear those stories, we can go into talk. So what is that core thing that actually makes you to think this thing will work out? Yini.
It has to be graphic. Like Leo Karwa Livella, the stories are similar in music. Like basically you break it down in every topic, but you're doing it in an artistic way. You're telling some sort of story, whether it's heartbreak, gospel or first structure gospel, you know, whatever message is being spread.
Yeah.
So there is no way that any generation can't relate to anything, because kids are not gonna stop being born in Namahale. Kids are not gonna stop being born in Soweto, like because it's gonna tell their story for them.
Yeah.
That's what makes music relatable. So whether they like it or not, they will be exposed to it. So music music will evolve. Like there's no such thing as music expiring, especially when it's good.
So masiphumenyana kancane. Stati cave.
Yeah.
Do you groove?
Sometimes I don't really. I don't think I go out enough to say I groove.
Yeah.
Like I'll go out maybe 1 or 2 Fridays in a month. But usually I'm a guy or blomela. Like even if it's you talking about drink or anything, I'd rather chill in my studio and just have a drink or 2, or push some sort of span while, you know, enjoy a beer.
Yeah.
I enjoy more the vibes, sorry. Kiki surround the lily but to trust and and maybe Rebeshana, no blom majaratin someone. But in terms of being outside, I'm not really the biggest fan. I'm not really the biggest fan. Maybe Enga Grorabambuhile perform. Yeah, you can find me at Groove performing. Yeah.
Why the gig? Why you start the gig?
I did live off it. That's why I'm here. I'm here to get that story out of it. To Zogalang the gig of it. Zogalang the gig. Yeah, I've got performable music now.
Yeah.
I'm booking one time.
So it's not book for free.
It depends. The logistics and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if it's worth it, you know, but at the same time, most likely
Yeah.
So I think it would be better if that's the case. Yeah, I'm trying to say it, and then maybe we can sort something out.
Yeah. So, but what is the worth of you performing for free?
The worth, obviously, at that time would have to be gaining the traction.
Okay.
Yeah, getting the eyes, getting the people to know that you are here.
Yeah.
Ramona performer guy. Oh, that's that guy or Ramona performer. Maybe wherever. Mashishma, Namahali. That's how it started, and that's when things were good. Like when Sweet Corner was in its early days, every Saturday, Sunday, and that's where it starts. Those are the foundations. That's why I say there's nothing I would do that wouldn't have worth in it. Again, even if it's, you know, not what you had expected to gain.
Yeah.
Mara doesn't mean Rosasa, you know, Pelenovaso, you know.
Okay.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Okay. Let me remind you. Remo Papa Joe, right?
Joe, go.
Okay. Yeah. So,
in my life.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't think. Maybe once. It's the hand that set us up. Because it's the girl that set us up. Because hey, right? once motho a dumela a ne le motho a dumela gore a be le motho o mongwe, that's not a good person, that's not a loyal person. Nagana o ne le mosadi ene he batho ba mo tsena a sa ba botse gore o ne le out. That's messed up. You can get in a lot of trouble for that. What's simple or ntwe nyane igcine iba, you know, something. So yeah, that's just basically what happened.
Was it physical?
Richard, fit. Richard, dog. At the end of the day, but we good today. We good tomorrow. We good.
Yeah. So, because I went over to check out. Yeah.
Ah, dog, Joe, I don't know. Maybe nigga say him. I don't know. I can say him. I can say him. I can say him.
Yeah.
I can say him. Not. I can't think of any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but have you ever had that heartbreaking moment in your life? Apart
Joe.
from Abu Cheri, or if you not call Abu Cheri, Nabo was Tabanga.
Okay. Joe. When I get to a relationship and where I'm nearly dangerous blind. I don't think I'm gonna be like in the dating game for a bit of a while. Understand? This thing is different these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different.
What happened?
Hey Joe, private discretion, privacy. But Joe, it didn't end well. That's what I can tell you. It ended in tears. Very on the internet,
Yeah.
it ended in tears of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
But
It was nasty.
You recovered.
I'm recovering. Joe.
You are recovering.
Yeah,
Is it?
It is recently.
Okay.
I mean, if I had a girlfriend, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyone who knows me knows her, like kind of thing. Yeah. Nagana girlfriend, what I would call a serious relationship, even though it wasn't like that long, but it was a pretty serious relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I try sharp, so you know, hey, Joe, it's not nice.
It's not nice.
It's not nice. It's nasty. It's something you need to adjust to. It's something you need to heal from. So like the next one, you do it better. You do it right.
Okay.
Understand? Even though it's not always in your hands. But to change a dog and to confirm. Today they good. Tomorrow, hey. Bagam homo.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are relationships.
Yeah. So, but you're
Joa, we go, we move. We're not even like enemies or anything. We're sharp. I was with her just the other day. We're sharp. We're both just moving. Joe. Either way, like it's not like, you know, it's a small town.
Yeah. But what is keeping you going? Because a lot of people, like, we hear stories about the relationship, but in your case, even if you do not tell us what to win again, what is that actually is keeping you going to say, I know, man?
The only things that keep us going, I believe, even more, especially as people, is don't forget, this applies for any kind of relationship. At some point in your life, and then there's also people that you meet. Like you're still gonna meet new people. You're still, as long as you pay, sharp, or like you're still active. You're still gonna be outside. You're still gonna. That's what keeps us going. The fact that tomorrow is another day and your life didn't stop. If you put yourself in that, you dwell in that negative energy, like, Joe, I'm heartbroken or whatever. Like, move, Joe. Everything, it just disturbs.
Yeah.
And day by day, it will get better. You will feel better. You will recover in different ways. It doesn't even have to be about women, but there's been times where Salwa Kawate, I'm not laughing. At that time, no say Puruka feel like I'm feeling today. No, you're over that.
Yeah.
Whatever situation it was, over.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Leon is we vala, but one last question.
No, faith. I'm here.
If we are buyage.
The hand.
The hand.
bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I could say it.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense right now. Like
Okay.
it would be weird. Too much. Too much.
Okay. All right. So, Masbu again. Okay. Let's go back to music. Can it?
Yeah.
Why not beef?
Why not?
Why don't you beef somebody else?
Like a music beef. A
Music beef.
real beef or a music
I get a
beef.
music beef can turn into a personal beef.
Why?
For popularity, of course.
There's other ways you can get popular than no beef about, but
Yeah.
Joe, beef your mom's I don't know. Joe, I go one I don't see it working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go beef a man. I only village when I got beef a man. Like, give me a good opponent. Bro.
You know him? You don't know Tsaka RSA?
Is that a rapper?
Nah, it's not a rap.
Udira.
Just go and check him.
Udumile guy.
That guy.
Udumile go beefer.
What beef? I got beefer today.
I think I saw something on TikTok.
Yeah.
Where Neili Luna and Shebe and them now beefer. Is that the same guy?
This other guy
posted the TikTok just failed.
Yeah, it's just beefing everybody. Once he starts beefing you, we're gonna set you. We're gonna know about you.
Brenda, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's how it works. You guys just start telling each other. It seems that seems more like a influencer thing. Like that's how he gets his numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like South Africans today, the way yellow artists they wanna be big, big So this question was basically
in that sense.
Why can't you just do it?
Why don't you put it in a positive way, in the sense who would you like to work with? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, is that instead of those kind of relationships, we should be building working relationships.
So, who's that person?
Minazo.
Yeah.
It's well, an all-time dream of mine, more lifing always is to me, it's always been like one of my all-time. Good, like musically, speak. Do you know Mandla Speaker?
Yeah.
To make music with Mandla Speaker. Mandla Speaker is one of the best producers, Mumsans.
Yeah.
Blind, blind. And for a very long time, it's been very good.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can't do. There's nothing I haven't seen him do. Tala piano, tala everything. Or blind.
Yeah. So that's the person actually.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I can mentor. Go blind. He's my mentor. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ngati istory sethu siyavala kancane lana. But asihambi kule show.
Awesome. Dinta.
Asihambi kule show. Without us playing this game.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take a sip.
Come with the game, bro. Come with the game. We here. We here.
Okay, we're going to play Let Go. You let go of one thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are given a chance to say now. You choose music. Okay, you choose music and fame.
Yeah.
Over your family, to say not to say ukuthi they should die or nasty things, but awusabonana nabo.
So
you're no longer visiting your family, then that's the price that actually you're gonna get. And then if you choose your family, there's nothing actually is gonna move on music industry. Which one would you let go?
Like if I were given the choice and I have to let go, I would choose my family, and here's why. I have a reason for that.
Okay.
First time is that le music via there's stuff I can do. There's stuff I can nka graspa, nka zama, like nka do something, but I would have a solid support structure around me Unlike when you're just outside in the world on your own. Ke a tseba hore the relationship tse dingwe o kgona ho di builda le batho. They become platonic, like friends end up becoming like family, but there really is no one like family. If you didn't have certain things or went a certain way, never so accept.
Yeah.
And that's the family we know as a structure. No matter how messed up you are or anything, family you can always go back
Yeah.
to family. So there's nothing that comes over that.
Yeah.
That's the same as the Illuminati question.
Yeah.
It's when I sacrifice a family.
Yeah.
You sacrifice a family.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
So, Abantu music industry, take notes. We don't sacrifice.
No, not family. Nah.
For mine. Okay, now I'm gonna put amapiano. We put hip hop, and we put kwaito.
One must go.
No.
How many must go?
No. We put hip hop and we put kwaito. One must go.
Joe, that's tricky. Those two things are actually not so different. They're like one of the same things. But I would have to say hip hop must go because hip hop is not from here. Hip hop is not ours. So it's on G5.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
Asiaron.
Hip hop is not ours. Not our genre. It's from the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'll always choose home if it.
Yeah. Okay. So, but the next question for me, I don't know, Witty, will it be hard or easy, or easy for you?
Yeah.
Who would you like to date and why? Between Show Majozi and Tyler.
Hey, bro. I would have to choose, ne?
Yeah, and tell us why.
And tell you why.
Yeah. And why not the other person as well?
Situation I told you, I'll always choose home, bro. I'll always choose home. Like, if you're talking about me and qualities and stuff, I would have to go with Show Majozi, but I would have to. The cultures, like, just not to confuse the balance.
Yeah.
The cultures, like, Muvenda, Ajwalali, Mutonga, it's not so far. I won't have to get introduced to too many different things.
Yeah.
But like the cultures are different, and the way people move in their families, in the way they hold themselves, is not the same.
Yeah.
But they both very, to me, they seem like both of them are two very great women.
Yeah.
But I have to choose one.
Yeah.
The question has to revolve around me choosing one. So
yeah.
I'll go with the I'll go with the one I chose.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What is it that actually you think should change when it comes to music industry in South Africa?
Yeah. What would I say? Like the control. The labels need to have less control on the music. But at the end of the day, in a sense, artists need labels to pick them up. But we're in a time where you could do that. You could do that sitting from Kara. You could do that with your phone. You could do that. You guys are doing it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the corporate side of, or business side of all of this stuff, the podcast, the music and everything, they need to be less involved. These things need to belong to us. They need to belong to us, the artists, the people who make it happen. Yeah, doing like a music industry. Other than that, we're producing a lot of stars and quick now.
Yeah.
But success in the music industry, I don't think it's ever been more than now. So, yeah.
That's it. Okay. So, here, Mo Palabra Podcast, we're giving you an opportunity for you to speak, even Well, you said it's vernacular.
Yeah. Kadi Fenek.
Kind of vernacular. Ukuthi abantu, they have to understand ukuthi what is it actually you are saying to them. We allow you to give message to the listeners,
Yeah.
to your fans, to your family, to
Yeah.
whoever that actually has been with you or still want them to support you in your music
Sure.
or in your journey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dog, me, all I can say is the album is coming out. First of all, we're gonna start this month. We're gonna start with Tommy. There's a track I did with Tommy that's produced by PH, with me and Show Majozi on it. We shot a music video on last year. Yeah. You know, June, if I'm not mistaken. He's dropping his deluxe. I'm dropping my album. So watch out for the music of it.
Yeah.
Rona,
Yeah.
Rona, and the quality Rona.
Yes.
Yeah, we talk about content, we talk about quality. Look out for our albums. Look out for these podcasts. Share us, guys.
Yeah.
Take us to the world. Rona. Yeah. All the other stuff, it sounds repetitive, like every other artist over so hey, check out Instagram yaka,
Yeah.
Dakalo 15 on Instagram, Dakalo SA on X. I'm not really an online person. Mara content yaga we create online, obviously, because that's how we get the information out. Facebook Leona Dakalo. Facebook Musifai Instagram knows like one thing. Book us on these shows for fit. Put us on stage. Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like being here.
Yeah.
These kind of initiatives are what we live for. Re tlo ba sharp. Re
Yeah.
tlo
Re tlo popa one day.
popa. Big time.
Yeah. Ngachivenda va record Mande.
Hey.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best in your journey, musically, life in general.
Yeah.
Guys, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is award-winning podcast. It's a Palawur. And you're a host, Katara. Till we meet. To salute, Danko.
Look. Hey.